Well, of course, starting off with the time lapse, looking off to the west, you can see just a wonderful Saturday out there. Temperatures hit that 90-degree mark, got that great golden sunset. And of course, going into the 10 p.m. hour, quickly working our way through those 70s, already down to about that 69-degree mark now here in San Angelo. Still reporting 70 here, but I expect that to be dropping here soon, updating. 67 up there in Robert Lee, going to be the cool spot. Off towards the south, a little bit warmer in those 70s towards the I-10 corridor. 74 there in Ozona, 72 for Junction, and then 69 degrees up towards the northeast there in Ballinger. As far as that moisture is concerned, it's pretty dry out there right now. 49-degree dew point, as well as a 49% humidity here in San Angelo. Down towards Junction, a little bit more moisture. 55-degree dew point with those humidity values working their way towards that 60% mark. Definitely not looking at enough for rain as we're looking out here. Going to be wanting more moisture than those dew points in the 40s and 50s for the most part. Looking at the upper level pattern, this is really what's influencing our weather pattern. We're seeing that mainly zonal flow, a little bit of ridging working into our area as we work into the later half of next week. But then as we work towards Friday into Saturday, take a look at the Pacific Northwest. That's where we start to get a good upper level trough working its way in, and look how deep that is. It could start to work its way across towards our direction by Saturday into Sunday, maybe bringing us some cooler temperatures and hopefully some more rain into the area. For now, we're still sitting pretty dry through the next 7 days. Current national satellite showing you really areas targeted towards Wisconsin, up there through Lake Superior, and then as you look towards the Gulf Coast, seeing a lot of moisture down there in the Gulf of Mexico itself, but of course, looking at the state, not too much. And of course, I talked about a little bit of that tropical mischief. We have Tropical Storm Milton out there in the Bay of Campeche down there in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Sustained winds up at 45 miles an hour and pressures down to 1,005 millibars. But look at the way this thing's supposed to strengthen over the next couple of days. By Monday, about 100 miles an hour, looking at that Category 1 hurricane, and then a major hurricane by the time we get into Tuesday at that Category 3 strength, 120-mile-an-hour winds. National Hurricane Center looking at a maybe Category 2 landfall for Florida, but as far as the Texas coast is concerned, impacts are looking pretty minimal for us here in Lone Star State. And like I said, from Amarillo up towards the Rio Grande Valley, and then from Houston over to El Paso, looking pretty clear across the entire state. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover down there towards the Rio Grande Valley, but for most of us, definitely seeing those clear skies, and that includes us across the Concho Valley. Take a look at the satellite and radar. You can see just nothing out there right now, and unfortunately, we could use a little bit more rain going into these next 7 days, but currently, the futurecast not looking so great in terms of those rain chances. So going through your Sunday, looking like more of those clear skies with a little bit of cloud cover trying to work its way in from the northeast. I don't think we're really going to see too much in terms of showers that this model wants to pop out. I don't even know if those ones will really pop out, to be honest with you. And then going through the next couple of days, more of the same, that nearly copy and paste forecast. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures getting up to about that 90-degree mark. Look at this as you're starting your work week, and you can see plenty of those clear skies, more of it on the way through these next 7 days. So for the overnight, those clear skies are going to help us cool off nicely to that 57-degree mark. Winds pretty light out of the east-southeast, about 5 to 10 miles an hour, and that's going to hold true going into tomorrow with those light winds. But daytime highs getting back towards that 90-degree mark, so you know what it is. Jacket in the morning, then take it off as you're going into the afternoon because it's warming up pretty quickly, and this is what the models are calling for: 70s by 10 a.m. By 2 p.m., almost touching to that 90-degree mark, and I think we touch 90 degrees. Models wants to stop us at about 89 degrees. So here's your 7-day forecast, looking more like I said, that copy and paste. Nearly 90 degrees tomorrow, then 90 degrees the same for Tuesday, and as we go towards next weekend, inching their way upwards towards those lower 90s with overnight lows in the lower 60s. That's all for your 7-day forecast, but stick around for more KSAN News.